All right, lads, first stop tonight, Dinamo Zagreb against Real Betis in the Europa League. Kickoff at 18:45, and this one screams goals more than drama. The bookies have over 1.5 goals at 1.27, so they're saying roughly a 79% chance we see at least 2 goals. Our stats feed? It's even more optimistic, sitting around 88% probability for over 1.5. When the numbers and the eyes test both lean the same way, this old man pays attention. Betis are priced as favorites, but I don't really care who wins here. I just need the scoreboard moving. Zagreb at home will have a go. Betis don't exactly park the bus, and in Europe, tired legs usually mean open spaces and mistakes. Side note on over 2.5, model has that around 62% with odds about 1.82. So yes, it's playable. There is a bit of value there, but it's a touch riskier. If you're feeling calm and disciplined, stick with over 1.5 as the main bet and treat over 2.5 as a small side sprinkle, not the main meal. As always, don't chase, don't force it. We're here to beat the numbers slowly, not the bookies in one night. Next up, we've got Sturm Graz versus Crvena Zvezda, and this one looks like a proper European scrap. The market has over 1.5 goals at odds 1.19, which basically means the bookies are saying there's about an 84% chance we get at least 2 goals here. When they price it that short, it's not a vibe, it's almost a statement. Both teams are built to play forward. Sturm at home don't sit back, and Red Star rarely travel just to defend. They'll swing a few punches of their own. That mix usually gives us open phases, counters, and tired defenders after the hour mark. All the little ingredients this old man likes when he's chasing goals. So for me, over 1.5 is the foundation bet, the keep the ticket alive leg. Safe-ish, solid, nothing fancy. Now, quick word on over 2.5. If your book is hanging anything around 1.65 or 180, you're looking at roughly 55 to 60% implied probability for 3 or more goals. With the way these two play, you can definitely justify a small stake on over 2.5. But I'd still treat it as the aggressive add-on, not the main bet. Main lane, over 1.5 goals. Side road for the brave, over 2.5 for a bit of extra juice. As always, stake like you've seen a few winters. We're here for long-term profit, not one-night miracles. All right, next stop on the goals train, FCSB against Feyenoord. 2 clubs who don't exactly believe in quiet European nights. We're not overthinking this one. We're looking purely at goals. The bookies are giving 1.21 on over 1.5 goals. Translated from bookmaker language into old man language, that's roughly an 83% implied chance. So they're basically telling us 5 times out of 6, this game should give you at least 2 goals. And honestly, it makes sense. Feyenoord are built to attack. High tempo, plenty of shots, they don't travel to sit in a low block. FCSB at home, they're not shy either. In Europe, they usually have a go, especially in front of their own fans. You put those two together, and you rarely get a 0 chess match. You usually get chaos, and chaos means chances. So the main pick here is simple. Over 1.5 goals at 1.21, low odds but very high hit rate. This is your foundation stone. Type of leg for a multi. Now, side note for the brave ones. The over 2.5 goals line is sitting at about 1.64, which is an implied chance of roughly 61%. So the market still leans towards a 3-goal game, just with a bit more risk and reward attached. My view, if you're building a safer accumulator, stay with over 1.5 and let it quietly do its job. If you're taking a smaller stake and you want a bit more juice, then over 2.5 is absolutely reasonable based on those percentages. Still more likely to land than not, just not as cozy as the 1.5 line. Either way, expect chances, shots, and a busy scoreboard. Just remember, we're betting edges, not certainties. Keep the stakes sensible and let the numbers work for you, not against you. Now, on to Basel versus Aston Villa. This one smells like goals the moment you open the fixture list. The book gives over 1.5 goals at 1.18. That's about 85% implied probability. Your prediction line? It's up at around 90% for over 1.5. That's strong. When both the market and the model agree this hard, old folks like me just nod and move on. No need to be a hero, just ride the wave. Villa are built to attack, and Basel at home aren't exactly parking a bus with no wheels. All it usually takes is 1 early goal, and this line is practically settled before halftime. Doesn't mean it can't brick, but on paper it's one of the cleaner over 1.5 spots on the card. Side note, over 2.5 goals. You've got 1.58 on over 2.5, which is around 63% implied, and your model sits at about 62%. Again, pretty fair. Not screaming value, but it fits if you're building a slightly riskier same-game multi. If you're being disciplined, over 1.5 is the old man's choice, steady, sensible. If you want a bit more juice and don't mind the sweat, over 2.5 is acceptable, but don't go staking the rent just because the badge says Aston Villa. For Lyon versus go-ahead Eagles, the market is screaming goals, around 85% for at least 2, and roughly 2/3 for 3 or more. So over 1.5 is your safety net, but if you want extra value, over 2.5 is definitely worth a look. Next up, we're heading to Norway, Brann at home against Fenerbahce. This game smells like goals, but not necessarily a basketball scoreline. The bookies have over 0.5 goals at 1.28 odds, which is roughly a 78% implied chance. When the market gives you nearly an 8 out of 10 probability, that's not excitement, that's expectation. Both teams like to attack, both defenses have a wobble in them, and late chaos in Europe is practically a tradition. All we need is 2 goals across 90 minutes, 1-1, 2-0, 3-0. I don't care who scores, just hit the net twice and we cash. Now, for my gamblers with itchy fingers, over 2.5 sits around 1.87, about a 53 to 54% chance. That's more of a coin flip with a little edge. If you want safer bankroll building, I'm sticking with over 1.5 as the main play. If you're chasing a bit more juice, you can sprinkle on over 2.5. Just remember, that one comes with extra stress and extra gray hairs, and I've already got enough of those.